Hello and welcome to Get Creative in the Kitchen. Today's recipe is a delicious, healthy spinach and potato curry with a slight twist at the end. So make sure you watch till the end. We're going to start by adding some oil to a heated pan. I'm using mustard oil today. I like to use mustard oil for my vegetables because they add a nice flavor to the food. With mustard oil, you've got to let it come to a smoking point. So our oil is now ready. We're going to start with our cumin seeds. Next, the garlic goes in. Mix that through. And I'm going to put my fresh green chilies. Make sure you use fresh garlic. Once the garlic is cooked, in goes the onions. And we're going to saute these onions till they turn translucent. So my onions are turned nice and soft and translucent. The tomatoes go in next. And I'm going to cook these tomatoes till they turn soft. I'm going to cover these tomatoes till they turn soft. Just for a minute or so. So it's been a couple of minutes. Let's check on our tomatoes. Okay, as you can see, my tomatoes are nice and soft. I don't need them to be completely dissolved because they're going to cook with the potatoes and with my spinach. So in goes next my turmeric, the coriander. Here I've got some Kashmiri chilies for color. If you don't want to use Kashmiri chilies, you can use paprika. For a little bit of a bite, I have added some chili flakes, and I'm going to give that a mix. So I'm just going to stir this spices through till the oil releases a bit on the side, making sure not to burn my spices. I'm just going to keep mixing it. Okay, I have been mixing this for about 2 minutes, so it's well cooked now, and as you can see the oil on the sides there. So it's time now for my potatoes to go in, along with the salt. And I'm going to cook these potatoes for about 5 minutes in this nice sauce. Look at that, it's looking lovely. So once that's nicely mixed through, I'm going to add the lid back on for about 5 minutes. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, so let's check on these potatoes. Alright, so my potatoes have been cooking for about 5 minutes, and I did open the lid and check on them a couple of times. They still need a little bit more cooking, so I'm looking to cook them maybe about 60%. Before I put in my spinach. So I'm going to put the lid back on for maybe another couple of minutes. Okay, let's check on our potatoes. That's looking good, smelling nice. Okay, alright, so that's about 50% done. I'm happy with that. So our spinach goes in next. Now this spinach will wilt down to nothing. It looks like a heap. Okay, so here's a little trick that I've learned just recently. They say to put your spinach in and not mix it. To put the lid back in and let it wilt first. For about 2 minutes before you mix it in. So I've put my spinach in and I'm going to give it 2 minutes before I mix it. As you can see, it has reduced a bit. So now we're going to mix that through. Now spinach does release a lot of water, so I'm not going to put the lid back on. I'm going to make sure that this spinach cooks nicely without the lid. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, so from now on you're just going to keep cooking this, stirring it till your spinach is cooked. Okay, so this spinach is nicely mixed through. My potatoes still need a little bit of cooking, so I'm going to put the lid back on. It could be 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you're going to have to gauge that. Alright, see you back in a few minutes. Okay, so let's have a look and see how the spinach and potato is doing. I had it cooking for 5 minutes with the lid on. My spinach is looking good. So let's check on the potato. Okay, beautiful. The potato is cooked. That smells lovely. So I've tried to make this spinach and potato dish as tasty and appealing as I can, because in my house nobody wants to eat greens. So, you know, I've tried to cut the potatoes, make that look different, you know, and add as much spice as I can to make it taste good. So I'm going to finish off this dish with some amchur powder, which is a mango powder, which adds a nice sour flavor, and some garam masala. So that's going to taste really nice and yummy. And as I said, you know, I've cut the potatoes differently just to change it up a bit. So give this recipe a try. It's a very simple recipe, which is cooked very, very often in Indian homes. And I've just added a little twist to it, as I said, by changing the potatoes into wedges and adding those few little ingredients at the end. Alright, thank you for watching.